Right, here we go. Just getting ready to start the Council Episode 2 Hide and Seek. We're going to be playing this completely through from start to finish. Let's mute myself. And let's progress. I'm just going to blow up the chat a little bit. Just in case we get some chat during the stream. I am live streaming this at the same time. So without further ado, let's carry on. Previously, we literally just finished the first chapter.
How many times must I tell you? You must never put your life on the line for me.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
We are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine.
All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister.
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a child?
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother.
Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs, and Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. You will find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet. Monsieur de Richet, I am arresting you for the murder of Elizabeth Adams.
I've been arrested. Not good. That's where we ended the previous so we got some side quests. So that seems like a good place to start. Lord Mortimer's office. Episode 2.
Is there nothing you want to say, Louis?
It wasn't me. I didn't kill her.
I'd much rather have met you under different circumstances.
Lord Mortimer, believe me, I'm very conscious of the gravity of the situation. Everything seems to point to me as the one who killed Elizabeth, but I swear I am innocent.
Out of respect for your mother, rest assured that I do want to believe you.
And all I want is to be able to prove it to you. When do we start?
We already have. Tell me, Louis, how do you feel?
I guess I'm slightly lost.
I feel a bit disoriented.
That's only normal in your situation. You can hardly say you've been left unscathed lately. First, the disappearance of your mother, and now this murder.
Where are you going with this, my lord?
Sarah's behavior grew odd before her disappearance. Her attitude changed. She became prey to outbursts of violence and a number of temporary absences. I'm just trying to make sure that you don't go getting lost like your mother did.
You're not suggesting that I might have killed Elizabeth and that I don't remember, are you?
I don't know, Louis. It's just that what with your mother and now you, it's rather a lot. The more I take stock of the situation, the more I'm under the impression that you've been set up. But before going any further, I must inform you that Sir Gregory is about to arrive. He is coming to question you about the murder of poor Elizabeth, whom he was very fond of. He is quite determined to find the culprit, whomever they may be. So, convince him of your innocence. Then we can continue this conversation.
Okie dokie.
William, I would like to see you a moment before we begin. In private.
Let's step outside a moment. Louis, this will only take a few moments.
Well, this Mortimer finally turned up. That's a spent all of episode 1 waiting for him. Search the study.
chance to look around.
Seems rude not to. Right.
A nightmare painted by Fuseli in 1781.
Nothing there. What's this?
Permalite water will give me a little reprieve.
We'll have some of that. Can I, we got some... What is this? It felt like we can level up. I don't think we can. 11 points left before level. No, we can't. Those are the witness statements. Okie doke. So we've got their witness statements, which is... Oh dear. Am I about to get caught?
Please, sit back down, Louis.
This sort of behavior is not working in your favor, young man. Monsieur de Richet, you were found standing over Miss Adams' body. We must shed some light on your responsibility in this tragedy. We shall then decide on your fate. But you must know that if you do not convince us of your innocence, it will cost you dearly. Now you are going to tell us everything that happened last night, without leaving any detail out. First things first, how did your evening begin?
I was in the corridor and I was going to bed. Elizabeth wanted to speak to me because she feared for her life.
Very well. Continue.
Were you alone?
No, I was going upstairs with Duchess Hillsborough and we were walking towards our rooms when Elizabeth suddenly appeared. We were heading for our rooms when Elizabeth burst into the corridor, barely dressed. She was panic-stricken and insisted on speaking to me. So I found myself in Elizabeth's room. We sat down together. She insisted we have a drink or she would refuse to confide in me.
What exactly did she want to speak about at such a late hour?
She was panicked. She claimed she had just seen my mother on the island.
Did she say where she saw her?
I seem to remember something about cliffs.
Let us continue. And what happened next?
Then she told me she had poured laudanum in my glass. The next minute I was on the floor. When I woke up, she was lying in a pool of blood.
That is all you have to say? You expect us to believe that you have no idea what happened to her?
Yes, because I'm telling you the truth.
How can you possibly expect us to believe you?
Gregory, we must consider every possibility.
That's my alibi.
Louis, do you have any idea who could have done it?
Why don't you ask him where he was last night?
Monsieur Peru, what would his motive be? Do you have any proof?
No, not exactly, but he'd already roughed her up once.
Monsieur de Richet, you
Oh dear.
should not accuse the first person to come along without at least some proof. I'm sure you are worthier than that.
Can you think of anyone else?
I don't know. My mother?
Well, even if I can't believe for a single instant that my mother could have murdered someone in that manner, she might have wanted to stop Elizabeth from speaking about their mutual past. And things might have turned nasty.
It is indeed a possibility.
I would like to thank you for helping us shed light
Happy
on
days.
what happened last night. To be honest, you are not the only suspect. I'm prepared to believe you were drugged. Our poor Elizabeth hid the stuff everywhere, and I could smell laudanum on you 3 yards away.
So you knew it wasn't me from the start?
we weren't sure. Louis, I am sorry, but everything points in the same direction. I only know one person on this island who might have had a big enough grudge against Elizabeth, who has no alibi, and whose behavior is, well, suspect. Not to mention dangerous.
Tell me what happened before my arrival. I think I've been patient enough.
You don't need us for any of this. So come along, Monsieur Peru. We are leaving.
What's going on?
Right. It's time we spoke about your mother, Louis.
She isn't missing, you know.
What? What do you mean?
My mother has left traces in every nook and cranny of your island, my lord. She's definitely here. Now, what worries me most is why she doesn't show herself.
That doesn't make me feel any better, Louis.
What was the official reason why my mother came to your island?
I knew about your mother's activities, and yours, in the Golden Order. I thought we had everything to gain by working together.
You mean the canon deal with Monsieur Bonaparte?
Among others, yes. How did you hear about that?
Monsieur Bonaparte came to speak to me about it yesterday, during lunch.
I see. So impetuous. He was supposed to let me speak to you about it first. Our friend Napoleon desperately needed financial backing to properly equip his army. I took it upon myself to back him, because I have a firm conviction that he can go far.
We shall see. However, there's one thing that surprises me. Did my mother intend to finance a war? I'm not sure that I follow.
No, your mother's aim was not so much to partake in a war, but rather to make Monsieur Bonaparte accountable. France is in turmoil, and having support of a military man can often come in handy, Louis. You'll see. Once this deal was closed, I had big plans for Sarah.
Such as what?
You see, I've invited several influential figures on my island to present them with a project at the conference. It will be presented later today. I thought that the Golden Order had a role to play. And I still think so. I was hoping Sarah would be able to join us.
I see.
Indeed, if by chance your mother decided not to return to us before the conference, would you do me the great honor of attending? If only to follow the deliberations while waiting for her to duly take her seat.
Why not? We shall see.
Ah, thank you so much. In this way, you'll be able to keep your mother informed of what is said. There's something else I'd like to briefly go over. Earlier, you asked me the official reason for your mother's presence here. Is there an off-the-record reason why your mother came here?
If only my mother trusted me, but she remained very mysterious. I'd have been delighted to answer your question.
Is this usual for her?
As head of the Order, secrets are her bread and butter, as you can imagine. That said, it's the first time she hasn't let me in on the reason for her trip. And it intrigues me, to tell you the truth.
Well, I am sure that Sarah will explain everything once she reappears. There's something I still don't get. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
Her not coming back to the manor after so long makes me wonder if she's wary of someone.
Well, certainly. But whom? The only ones who were present during her stay were Sir Gregory, Duchess Hillsborough, Mr. von Boulder, and myself.
How did my mother and Duchess Hillsborough get on?
Oh, very well, I believe. They spent a lot of time together. Without wanting to exaggerate, I rather got the impression that Emily reminded your mother of herself when she was young. The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. At the beginning of her stay here, We enjoyed spending time together, solving the world's problems.
You seem to know my mother very well, my lord. What did you talk about together?
Oh, as soon as we had a little free time, we liked to share points of view about practically any subject. We would find ourselves embarked on interminable discussions that could go from Monsieur Blanchard's flight in a hot air balloon to the Treaty of Jersey, or the adoption of the metric system in France last year, or even Mr. Eli Whitney's invention in the United States.
Fascinating.
My mother must have undoubtedly taken great pleasure in these exchanges. She always was one to appreciate broadening her knowledge.
How you doing, Ben?
I'm surprised she didn't get you started on the Crusades. It was her favorite subject.
Well, my bold
Are
mate.
you joking? Sarah and I spent entire days together reliving them. It so happens that the Crusades are also my subject of predilection, especially the Third. My ancestor distinguished himself brilliantly during the siege of Saint-Jean d'Acre.
Unfortunately, my lord,
I know nothing.
the Crusades are not my chosen field.
Well, it doesn't matter. You have plenty of time to learn. Your mother is a very well-read woman. You're quite lucky to have her as a model, Louis.
Yes, I know, but I'm still very worried.
I must admit, there are worse things to worry about now, Louis.
What do you mean?
Since she disappeared, your mother has been seen once. Her behavior on the evening of your arrival greatly surprised Gregory and myself. She resurfaced to attack Emma, Emily Hillsborough's twin sister. And she shot her with a pistol. Then, before Gregory could intervene, she ran off and disappeared again.
I beg your pardon? Hang on.
Emily has a twin sister who knew my mother? What's she playing at, goddammit? That means my vision on the wharf, it was actually happening inside the manor. Mother shot Emily's sister? The very person she came looking for? Why would she do that?
Excuse me, but between that and the childhood of Lady Adams, it's all a bit much for me to cope with. I need to piece it all together again to see things more clearly. You said that you spent a lot of time talking together at the beginning. What happened for that to change?
I'm afraid I haven't much to tell you. The more the days went by, the more she withdrew into herself. She never gave me an explanation, until the day came when she purely and simply disappeared.
Where did she go when she wanted to be alone?
She would shut herself away in a room we use as a box room upstairs.
Would you allow me to go there?
Naturally, Louis, of course. I'll send you a servant to open it.
Thank you.
That's
Sweet.
all I can tell you about the
Got any room to
disappearance of your
search?
mother, Louis. I would like to have been more helpful.
I shall stay on her trail and follow up any leads.
Thank you. We will meet later on to welcome our last guest. In the meantime, I shall get someone to open the box room upstairs for you.
Thank you.
Okie dokie.
The room
Right.
is just opposite Mortimer's study.
Bear with me. Let me just there we go. Just put a chat on top. Right. Go to the tower room. It's upstairs, isn't it? We know that much. Going up in the world. Where's the stairs up? Nope. Unless this is upstairs, possibly. Where is the tower room? Adam's room, Bonap's room. There must be another. Oops. You're on the second floor. How do we get out of this? I think I need to go upstairs, but...
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Can't go in there. Who's that?
President George Washington.
Nope, can't open that one. Doesn't seem to be an upstairs, so I guess we are upstairs, so... Unless the tower room's downstairs, but that doesn't make sense.
Monsieur Johann van Volner.
Is this my room? Ah, go to... okay. Apparently we found it. Let's check this room out before we go forwards.
There are burnt papers in the chimney. There's a legible fragment left. Hey, I recognize my mother's handwriting. She says, we must find a safer way to communicate. Someone is onto us. Trust in my faith in the man with the sword. So Mother had an accomplice here. Who could it be? Who could she be suspicious of? I must find the next part. Faith, sword. I recognize her love of riddles there.
What's that? Oh, infantry full. Can we, what does Jelly do? It's our inventory. Nope, we've got all...
Dante's Paradise. Raise your head and be reassured, for what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays. What is this disc?
Take it. Press, look for clues. Trust in my faith in the man with the sword.
St. Paul on the road to Damascus by Caravaggio.
Has he got a sword?
Caravaggio attained a magnificent command of black and the play of colors too. Paul facing an ordeal, the curtains of his illusions being raised, and receives the light from his Savior.
No, we can't. We don't have enough to unlock that.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Oh, what's over there? Something glimmering. Collector coins. So we're looking for like a man with a... Is there not a book up here? No. We looked at that book already. Door's locked.
The door appears to be locked on the other side.
Oh.
I think I heard something fall to the ground. A metallic sound, like a key falling to the floor. We'll see if it works.
Happy days.
It's open.
Man with a sword. Oh, man with a sword. Man with a sword. Man with a sword.
A chest with the occult symbol representing air.
Don't have keys. Don't have any keys. Nothing over here.
A drawing of the Apostle Matthew, painted by Guido Reni. He's represented as writing the word of the Lord, transmitted by the Holy Spirit, who appears here in the guise of an angel.
I think we just
A
did.
drawing of the Apostle Matthew,
Yeah.
painted by Guido Reni. He's represented as writing the word of the Lord, transmitted by the Holy Spirit, who appears here in the guise of an angel.
Okie doke. Doesn't really help me. What's down there?
A drachma,
Collector coins.
the New Testament.
Oh god, this.
And it came to pass in those days that Jesus came from Nazareth of Galilee and was baptized by John in Jordan. A volume of the Gutenberg Bible. And it came to pass in those days
Yeah, so we've read that.
Jesus came from Nazareth of Galilee
So we'll
and was
click.
baptized by John in Jordan.
See if there's anything worth.
And as they did eat, Jesus took bread and blessed it and broke it and gave it to them and said, "Take, eat. This is my body."
Might be a
And behold, there cometh one of the rulers of the synagogue, Jairus by name. And when he saw him, he fell at his feet.
Wonder if by reading this we can improve our character.
Then came together unto him the Pharisees, and certain of the scribes, which came from Jerusalem. Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world, and death by sin, and so death passed upon all men, for all have sinned.
I don't think. I'm not going to read the entire Bible.
It's St. John, painted by Guido Reni.
What's that?
Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Reni. Looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
Not Devil's Phone.
Painting of St. Mark from the collection of the apostles by Guido Reni.
Guido Reni is popular in this room. What's there?
Amber.
Lovely amber. Well, Jelly. Damn, we're kind of done in this room, I think. Without really. Trusting my faith in the man with the sword. Has he got a sword? No, he's got a crucifix.
St. Paul, painted by Guido Reni. Of the four apostles shown in this piece, Paul is the only one who isn't an evangelist. He is the 13th apostle. St. Paul is shown holding
Oh, there's a sword.
Strange. There's hardly any dust, as if the painting's been cleaned recently. There's a small inscription engraved on the frame. Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. I don't know, what does that mean?
11. What was that? That's royal jelly, isn't it? Maybe we can oh crap, wrong button. No, wrong button again. Verse 11 or chapter 11. That's what I'm thinking.
But he that hateth his brother is in darkness, and walketh in darkness, and knoweth not whither he goeth, because that darkness hath blinded his eyes.
That didn't seem to help me. Is this what I just read? I think it was. Yeah. Read. Oh. Let's go. Stop
I
reading.
guess I'll just come back later.
Let's go back to the.
A chest with the occult symbol representing air.
Must be a key somewhere. This picture holds the key.
St. Paul painted by Guido Reni.
St. Paul.
Of the 4 apostles shown in this piece, Paul is the only one who isn't an evangelist. He is the 13th apostle. St. Paul is shown holding a sword. Strange. There's hardly any dust.
I wonder if there's something in the previous room.
Recently, there's a small inscription engraved on the frame. Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. I don't know, what does that mean?
St. Paul 11. I don't think that's going to be. No.
Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Reni. It looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
Okay, I think we've got to read. I might have to go back to the previous room.
I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid, but rather through their fall, salvation is come unto the Gentiles, for to provoke them to jealousy. Oh wait, I think the mother is carefully folded between the pages here. What does it say? Dear E, I'm glad you found this note. I was afraid the code of the 2 groups of pilgrims would mislead you. Pick up the package. You know where, and hide it where no one will find it. It's imperative. Awaiting your reply, hidden behind the youngest apostle. What? The youngest apostle? What does Mother mean by that? The painting looks like it's been taken down recently. But wasn't my mother said that she would wait for an answer hidden behind the apostle? Ah, of course. There's something written behind the painting. On the 2nd day, the pilgrims will listen to the prophecy of the young apostle. They shall add 1 companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their rank. What does it mean?
1 left, 3 right.
St. John is the only apostle painted in this gallery who hasn't got a beard. Hey, wait! That means it's him. He's the youngest apostle. Right. This painting is therefore associated with the answer which E had to give to my mother. Now, I just need to know how to recover the answer.
Can't do that.
On the second day, the pilgrims will listen to the prophecy of the young apostle. They shall add 1 companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their rank. What does it mean?
1 to the left, 3 to the right. What does that mean? That's a bloody good question.
Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Reni. It looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
Nothing there.
Little characters are engraved on the chest of drawers under the urn. It's a sentence in Hebrew.
Damn it. I think we've...
There's nothing worth noticing here.
Nope.
Painting of St. Mark from the collection of the Apostles by Guido Reni. No.
Oh, behind the painting.
Here.
Behind the painting.
It's too cumbersome for me to unhook here, but judging by the dust, it hasn't been moved for months, if not years. There are finger marks, deliberately drawn in the dust. 8 in all.
Respect. Strange.
St. Paul painted by Guido Reni.
Oh, press. Let's find a safer way. Pick up the package, you know where, and hide. Is this like the package?
Chest with the occult symbol representing air.
Can't go outside, can I? No. I wonder if there's something in the previous room. Oh, hold on.
Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Reni. It looks like someone
struggling here.
Recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust. St. Paul on the Road to Damascus by Caravaggio. This painting has been hanging here for a long time. A lot of dust is built up on it. Well, a finger has drawn a number in the thin layer of dust. I can read the number 4.
Number 4, interesting.
St. Paul is the only saint to be presented twice in these paintings, contrary to the other apostles. How come? Caravaggio attained a magnificent command of black and the play of colors too. Paul facing an ordeal, the curtains of his illusions being raised, and receives the light from his Savior.
Okey-doke. Could I press...
Paul on the Road to Damascus by Caravaggio.
I think that was locked, wasn't it? The option... Yes. shame.
Dante's Paradise. Raise your head and be reassured, for what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays.
Got enough royal jelly. I am very confused right now. Pick up the package, you know where. Maybe we've got to read that book. Is it 4-8? I think this
If we say that we have no sin, we deceive ourselves, and the truth is not in us.
that didn't help. Nope. Boom.
He that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already.
I think we've got to
Because
make sure
he
that we just
hath not
read
believed in
the
the
right.
name of the only begotten Son of God.
That didn't help me.
Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true,
Nope.
whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever
Good old
things
Windows
are
Defender.
pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things.
That didn't help.
In him God has chosen us before the foundation of the world, that we may be holy and blameless before him.
Very stuck at the moment.
Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world, and death by sin, and so death passed upon all men, for all have sinned.
Okay, let's just... Chapter 1 verse. That's not right.
But though we, or an angel from heaven, preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed.
Pick up the package, you know where, and hide it where no one will find it. It's imperative. Hidden behind the youngest apostle. Think about the code. Don't have the ability to think about the figures.
St. John is the only apostle painted in this gallery who hasn't got a beard.
I wonder if we can just
On the second day, the pilgrims will listen to the prophecy of the young apostle. They shall add one companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their rank. What does it mean?
add 1 to the left, 3 to the right. What does it mean? That's a bloody good question. 1 left, 3 right. There's no, can we exit? No, it won't let us exit. So we've got to work this out.
Dante's Paradise. Raise your head and be reassured. For what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays.
Maybe 1, 1 and 3. Sorry, let's go. Stop
I
reading.
guess I'll just come back later.
Let's look at that again.
On the second day, the pilgrims will listen to the prophecy of the young apostle. They shall add 1 companion to their left.
Pilgrims
and 3 to
1,
their
3.
right to complete their rank. What does it mean?
Pilgrims 1, 3, second day. Apostles. Oops. Apostles. It must be. One to the left, 3 to the right, right?
And suddenly there came a sound from heaven like a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they
Confused. I think it might be in the Apostles part. Click on.
And there were 7 sons of one Sceva, a Jew, and chief of the priests which did so. And he became very hungry, and
Just
would have
reading.
eaten, but while
Oh.
they were made ready, he fell
Trait
into a
unlocked.
trance. Hey, there's a note here.
Aha.
A message from Mother in reply to E. We must leave urgently, but first I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare.
Watch
Watch
out
out
for-
for Volner. He figured out I was avoiding him. Allay suspicion. See you tomorrow evening. Stand ready. For now, let's cease all communication until we meet. Take care of yourself. I suppose this must be the last message. What happened afterward? If it's what I suspect, I fear the worst. What did Mother mean by, I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare? I must go beyond the nightmare. What does she mean by that?
I think we've
I'm guessing it's a metaphor. I need to figure out what this means. Mortimer's getting his guests together. I ought to join them so I don't look suspicious.
okay. Decipher the message. We've done. Finally. Join the other guests. Oh, where's the door gone? Oh dear. That was it. That was that part. Level up, level up. We need to level up because it's hindering me. Do I want erudition? Definitely. I think logic. My character lacks logic. Can we? No, we can't. Have we used all our points? 4 points left. What have I got here? Oh, 0. Okay. Validate whole space. Achievements unlocked. Happy days. Right. Manuscripts to equip. Start. Talent unlocked.
It's time I went back
Experienced.
and joined them in the small salon.
Wait, meet with the other guests in the small living room. Small living room. Where is that? I guess that's downstairs. Oops. What's he doing there?
You are expected in the small salon, sir.
Okay, I guess that means take a hike. Where is this? Oh.
Emily, I must
Hey.
speak to you.
What's the matter, Louis?
I have news about your sister.
What have you found out?
Look, I started piecing together the events leading up to my mother's disappearance and your sister's. Did my mother know about your secret?
Yes, even though I belong to the English chapter, her rank in the Order gives her access to a good deal of personal information.
It must have been Emma I saw in my vision. I was given to understand that my mother and your sister bonded during their stay.
Okay.
They kept up a secret correspondence, which makes me think they were suspicious of someone.
And did you find out who it was?
No, but von Wollner is mentioned. They were planning to make a quick getaway and were looking to hide something beforehand.
Have you got these messages?
Yeah, go on then.
Yes. Go ahead, take a look.
I see. I must say, thanks for your honesty, Louis.
Should I speak to her about my vision? If what I saw is true, she might want to take revenge.
Let's tell her.
Emily.
Honesty.
There's something else.
Go on then.
It's about your sister. I don't know what happened exactly, but it's possible that my mother had a go at her.
I know, Louis. I found out that same evening. Well, thanks for not trying to hide it.
What? Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't know if I could trust you. Now I know I can. It seems that your mother tricked Emma. She apparently asked her to hide an important book so that even she wouldn't know where it was. And then she shot her like a dog to make sure no one would ever find it again.
Why would she do that?
I don't know, Louis, but I'll find out. You can count on that.
I'm sincerely sorry, Emily.
Thank you, Louis. But you do realize your mother will have to accept the consequences of her acts.
There must be an explanation, Emily.
That's what we shall see. Come, Louis.
Mother's-
They're
Mother's-
waiting for us.
Mother's got a lot of explanation to do when she turns up.
You will pay dearly, Peru. I'm sure you were involved somewhere along the line.
That's right. Pretend you don't know.
It's all kicking off.
One piece of advice. Don't travel through France on your way back, or it'll cost you dearly.
Calm now, my friends. Let's calm down. Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are, please.
What's going on here exactly?
Sir Gregory called us together to introduce the last guest.
But hardly had we arrived when he set upon Monsieur Peru.
Who is it?
Who is this charming character?
Manuel Godoy, the Duke of La Alcudia.
Oh,
He's the
Godoy.
head of the Spanish government, Monsieur de Richelieu. He's the one who, in practice, controls Spain.
How could you dare do such a thing? Dios mío, you are all out of your minds.
Really, Duke Manuel? What made you kick up such a fuss?
What? Have you not heard? Well, let me inform you that yesterday morning at 10:22 a.m. precisely, in the middle of the Place de la Révolution in Paris, by decree of the National Convention which Monsieur Peru works for, King Louis was guillotined.
What?
The King of France is dead, gentlemen. Our monarchies are in danger. I have said it before. How dare they?
Oh dear.
Oh, as if...
Oh dear.
Friends, let us calm down.
Don't pretend to be surprised. He got a fair trial.
Ridiculous! Bastard! He was sentenced to death by 361 votes to 360. You beheaded a king for one vote! Is that your democracy?
What an obnoxious act. Until this, anything was possible. This political coup will have grave consequences.
France is lost.
Gentlemen, please. Let us take a step back a moment.
In the name of holiness. He was the highest representative of God in France, Emily.
Gentlemen, Duchess, we're all among people of reputable company here. We should be able to manage the conflicts of our nations in a respectful and orderly manner.
I fully agree with you, sir.
But
That's enough, sir.
with whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Louis Maras de Richet.
Are you related to Sarah de Richet?
Sarah is his mother, Duke. Gentlemen, this news affects us all, but I must ask you to remain calm. It's not the first time history has taken us by surprise. Let's ensure that our respective countries are allowed to respond appropriately to this news.
Oh, rest assured. The response will not fall short, my friend.
Good for you. Well, Your Grace, here I was preparing to introduce you as is proper, and you've beaten me to it. I'm delighted that we are all together at last. Our meeting will therefore be able to kick off shortly. I have just a few more little preparations to take care of before you all find out the reason for your presence here. In the meantime, I shall leave you to get to know one another. When you hear the bell, please proceed to the conclave room on my left, behind that door. I'll see you later.
Behind the white door. Okay. Got that. Waiting for the bell. And more good eye.
Spare a moment, please, sir.
I'm glad you asked. I want to talk to you too.
Of course.
I heard about your mother's disappearance.
He looks concerned. I don't know why, but I doubt it's from sympathy alone. Well, let's see what he wants from me.
Any news of her? Have you found her, maybe?
He's fishing. What's he waiting for?
Why? Is there something you particularly wanted from her?
No, not specially.
My questions made him feel uneasy, but he's keeping his emotions under control.
Your mother and I used to often speak together. I have rarely met someone so learned. To tell you the truth, I was about to make a deal with her. Did she tell you about our arrangement?
How could I know about that? We haven't seen each other for several weeks.
Indeed. I was simply hoping to pursue the transaction that we had agreed on with you. Too bad.
Oh dear.
I shan't keep you, Monsieur de Richet.
All right then.
Oh no.
Thank you.
I hope that your search will prove successful.
Failed.
Bring Sarah back to us soon. I must go now. I'll see you later.
Failure. I should have gone. I should have just blagged it. Right. Did I just see what's in that box? What's down there as well? Coins? Yep.
There's a pattern with 5 circles on this chest.
Happy days.
Bracelet. I'll retrieve it later.
Lots of golden elixir.
Hey, these look like pages taken from an ancient encyclopedia.
Getting a lot of oh, crap. A lot of info. I guess we got to go and talk to French dude. We'll play chess, matey. I'll beat ya.
Monsieur Bonaparte, may I speak with you a moment?
May we?
May we?
Would you have any more information about the conference Lord Mortimer spoke of?
Nothing at all. Mortimer is very committed to secrecy when it comes to his conferences. But given the presence of Monsieur Peru and ourselves, I think it must concern France to some extent. Otherwise, I doubt he would have invited 3 Frenchmen to his table, huh?
Would you have any more information about the conference Lord Mortimer spoke of?
Nothing at all.
Oh,
Mortimer is very committed to secrecy when it comes to his conferences. But given the presence of Monsieur Peru and ourselves, I think it must concern France to some extent. Otherwise, I doubt he would have invited 3 Frenchmen to his table, huh?
What about the nightmare?
Go beyond the nightmare mean anything to you at all?
Well, metaphorically, yes. It sums up the career of a soldier quite well. I doubt that is what you want to hear, though.
Indeed.
That's surely not what I'm looking for.
Well, monsieur, if you are looking for a phrase book, Lord Mortimer must surely have one, given the number of books he has. You ought to check in the library of the tower. You never know.
What do you think of Duke Godoy?
Well, I'd rather not express any opinion of him.
Why is that?
His reputation is enough for me.
There are some rumors about his loose morals.
Juste, monsieur. Add to that his devouring ambition, if you want my opinion. Playing at Loverboy rather than gaining merit for his career. It's a disgrace for any soldier.
I understand your point of view.
Okay, I think we're...
Well, I'll be leaving you now. Shall we meet up again later?
Wait, monsieur. Any news of your mother?
Unfortunately not, no.
I hope to speak with her about my deal before I leave. Let me know if you find her.
Everyone's...
À plus tard, monsieur.
Everyone's worried about their deals. Alright, where are we going through this door? What you got to say for yourself?
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service, day and night, sir.
Oh, you're just the,
What can you tell me about the guests?
Do excuse me, sir, but I am bound by discretion to say nothing about Lord Mortimer's guests, sir. Perhaps would like to know something else?
Nope, not. We'll leave you to it. Aha, it's... What's his face?
Go beyond the nightmare. Does this line remind you of anything in particular?
You've caught me unaware here, Louis. Let me think about it a second. No, nothing comes to mind. Sorry, Louis, but I am unable to help you.
Useless.
Mr. President, what do you think about your counterpart, Duke Manuel?
I'm very surprised he was able to accept Lord Mortimer's invitation, given the political situation in Spain.
Sadly, people are more preoccupied with his ties to the Queen than they are with his talents as a statesman.
And it is indeed regrettable, because he is nonetheless still an important leader. I am not a man who pays attention to gossip, you know.
Go beyond the nightmare. Does this line remind you of anything in particular?
You've caught me unaware here, Louis. Let me think about it a second. No, nothing comes to mind. Sorry, Louis, but I am unable to help you.
Find out more clues about your mother's note. Okay.
Mr. President, can you tell me a little more about the coming conference?
Of course, Louis. That's why we're here. Lord Mortimer or Sir Gregory regularly organize meetings like this to put forward major projects.
What do you mean by major projects?
I'd prefer to let Lord Mortimer explain that to you, Louis. Let's say he brings together influential people in order to consider possible actions to undertake to guarantee the future of nations.
Do you know the theme of the conference?
Not in the slightest. None of the guests know the theme before arriving. But you'll see, everything will turn out fine. Don't worry.
It will be fine.
Well, thank you for your time.
Don't mention it, my young friend. Regarding your question on the nightmare, don't hesitate to question the others about it. Maybe one of them knows more than I do.
That's a good idea. Thank you once again.
Okay.
I'll see you in a little bit.
Okey-dokey, so just need to seemingly ask everyone. Where are we? Anyone in here?
Discourse on the Method by Descartes. This book changed the way I looked at the world.
Oops.
Romney painted Lady Hamilton as Circe.
Okey-dokey. Oh, who's that? That's the Pope.
Ah, Louis. Just the man. Good Lord. How did the king come to be executed? I would think that the order would have intervened.
Etiquette, logic.
I invite you to speak about it with my mother as soon as she reappears.
Is there any news of her?
Well, I hope it won't be long before I find her, Your Eminence.
Louis, I'm counting on you. If you don't find Sarah before my departure, I must ask you to give me back the letter I gave you.
Well, don't worry about that, Your Eminence.
Now you wanted to speak to me.
I'm sure a man like
do all the
you
questions.
is in the circle of trust. Would you know what the conference that Lord Mortimer mentioned is going to be about?
Not really, my son. Well, be it Lord Mortimer or Sir Gregory, we are never informed about the theme of the conference before it begins.
If I say the nightmare to you, does it make you think of anything?
Your question is strange, my son. Difficult to say. Could you at least tell me a little more about the context?
Well, I mean, if it were a place or an object found on this island, what would you think of first?
The nightmare. No, I don't see anything. I'm sorry.
Well, that's too bad.
Ah, wait. I suppose it might be that horrible painting hanging in Lord Mortimer's study.
Pretend not to be that interested.
Right. Well, don't worry about it. I was just curious.
Of course I was.
I was wondering what to think of that Manuel Godoy.
Oops.
He is reputed to be a very ambitious character, at every level. But his faith is unwavering. He is a staunch defender of the church. You can believe me.
It's true there's much said about him.
For better and for worse. But that is a prerogative of power, it would seem.
His close ties with the Queen unfortunately sully her government.
Fortunately, we are not men to take heed of such gossip, are we?
Of course not, Your Eminence.
What a
course not.
disgrace, nonetheless, for the king.
I can only imagine.
If I were to officiate at the court of Spain, believe me, I would speak out. She is of Bourbon lineage. By God's grace, she has a duty toward her blood.
What can we expect, Your Eminence? Everything gets lost over the years.
Right, okay.
Thank you for everything, Your Eminence. I shan't take up any more of your
So
time.
we've got a little bit of
You are
info.
welcome, my son. I will be seeing you, Louis.
Little info gained. Go to Mortimer's study. This looks nice. where we was, wasn't it? Earlier in episode 1. Nope. Oh, okay. Where's Mortimer's study? Where's the stairs? Can we go up? Probably want to... Yeah, if we can go around and... Can we go... Can't change the floor on the map screen. What's that?
Atrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
Okay. Royal jelly. A heck of a lot of royal jelly around. So we are looking for Mortimer's study. Okay, we're there. Guess we want to get there and then... Oh, Mortimer's secret collection. Could that be Mortimer's study? Oop. That's just where you can sit down. And we don't need to sit down at the moment. What's that?
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
Oops. Don't know if I'm going the right way. Definitely, possibly not. Can we go? Where is Mortimer's study? That's the question. Is... Yeah, no. So, yeah, I think we possibly want to go down. Then we need to get round to here. Right. I think. Could be wrong. Oops. Not going that way there. Which is a shame, because that would have been a good shortcut. What's this? Locksmith's spacebar. Nice. Oh, that gives us 1 skill plus 1 skill point, so that's pretty good. Pretty worth having. I must have walked past that a minute ago. Right. That's nope. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going the right way here. Feels like we're running too much. Oh, back here again. Yeah, actually we've got to come back here. We haven't done this much running all game without so far. That's why it kind of feels wrong. Generally the game has flowed from location to location across both the episodes up till now. Okay, so we're there. So where's the stairs? Oh, there we go. Did we want to go?
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Go to Mortimer. Where's Mortimer's study? Kind of back where it was, aren't we? We're not doing too well here. Nope. We'll just run around and look at each door. Rather than actually trying to work out where the hell I'm supposed to be going.
Oh, that's me.
It's me, but I can't get in my door. In my room. That door's locked still. Well, locked might be the wrong word, but...
President George Washington.
Nope. Where's Mortimer's study then? Nope. Gone around a complete circle. Pretty much. Yeah, we have. We've literally gone around everywhere. So where is Mortimer's bloody study? It's not a library, is it? When they say study. Oh, hold on. Oh, it's only jelly, isn't it? Yeah, we've done that again. We've gone the wrong way. We're doing that too much.
The Song of Roland. Roland feeleth his death is near. His brain is oozing by either ear. With his brain oozing, it's already remarkable that he can feel anything. Ah, François Ier, Receiving the Holy Family, a painting by Raphael.
Amber. You collected 4 amber fragments. Your maximum effort points increased by 1. Validate.
Amber crystals.
Happy days. What is that? That's another amber, isn't it?
Amber crystals.
There's a lot to...
The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. The last day before his crucifixion, Jesus announces that he will be betrayed by one of his disciples.
Collected coins. Plenty to loot around here. But, all I'm trying to do is get to the study. Is this... I guess this is like a library basically. But that's royal jelly, can't pick it up.
Actress.
That's that book.
Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
Can't believe it's taken me this long to find the study. Yeah. Seems to be going around in circles. Quite literally. We're just... We want to get downstairs, don't we, really? Right, so I'm there now. Just wanted to make sure we was where I thought we was. Can we go this way? Nope. Is there? Well, there's no way downstairs. I'm stuck. What about you?
What can I do for you, sir?
I'm lost.
At your service, day and night, sir.
Yes. Can you briefly describe the ground floor, please?
Very well, sir. On the ground floor, there are mainly living rooms. Sir finds himself at present in the Grand Hall. From the Grand Hall, Sir can access, on one side, the small salon, where the guests like to relax with a good book. From there, Sir can access the conference room, which is closed at present for preparations. That is where Lord Mortimer likes to gather all of his guests for talks. From the other side of the Grand Hall, Sir may access the dining room. That is where Sir's meals will be served. From the dining room, Sir may benefit from an exceptional view overlooking the island. It is also the best way
maybe
to
we're just
access
ready
the
to go through the white
portrait
door.
where a large part of Lord Mortimer's works are exhibited. And in the gallery, Sir will also find access to the garden. But Sir may be reassured the building is accessible on both sides, so that it surrounds the garden in question.
So this is...
Sir should not find cause to worry. No one has ever gotten lost.
Except for my mother.
Has Sir another question?
Alright, okay. Maybe that's where we need to get to. I don't quite know, but definitely a little bit lost and confused at the moment. Is this is he? Oh, he's over there, yeah. It's almost like where we started.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Where's the... That's where we came in, so this is where we're going. Oh, can't go that way. Very strange. Very lost. We've been there, so we came through here. Just been thoroughly lost. We talked to him. What's that behind him? Coin down there. We'll have that. We look at that book. No. Mortimer's study.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Try going this way. I think every time I've come up we've gone anti-clockwise.
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte. Sir Jacques Peru.
My old mate. One that gave me a shiner. Aha! Someone new. Hey, I wanna talk to her.
What do you want, Louis?
What do you think of our last guest?
Well, I never thought I would get the chance to meet that Hispanic Casanova in the flesh. His reputation is well known. The gentleman collects lovers, including, would you believe it, the Queen of Spain.
I doubt that Lord Mortimer invited him for his charm, if you want my opinion. Emily, what can you tell me about the coming conference?
Sir Gregory and Lord Mortimer organise this kind of high society meeting every so often in order to consider the world situation.
But to what purpose?
Well, by bringing together the most influential people from the dominant nations of the modern world, they allow the mighty to discuss matters with calm clarity. There are precedents of armistices being signed at the end of these talks, you know. Talking while holding a glass of brandy makes things easier. You'll see.
Okay,
You're leaving me?
Unfortunately, I have things to do. Thank you again, madam.
Yeah, so we can't pick that up. Still not quite sure where we're going, but Devil's Phone. Ah, staircase up. That might be worth going up, quite simply.
So, what did my mother mean
Hey!
going beyond the nightmare?
Finally! Finally I gone the right way. Right, where are we, what are we looking for?
Book of the Mortimer family.
Took me way too long to locate this room. Key with an occult symbol, nice.
Dante's Purgatory. Why does your mind presume to flight when you're still like the imperfect grub, the worm before it's attained its final form? Charming.
Okay. It's just kind of almost.
Book of the Mortimer family.
Yeah, sorry, we checked this already. What's down there? Our birdies. Are you the nightmare?
Family ancestor, apparently. A
Leviathan.
minor bird.
Pretty boy, weirdo.
Well, Waldo, is your master good?
Well,
Sarah Deriche? Waldo, you know Sarah?
Stupid bird. That's what we just looked at. What's this? Grapes? Cherries? Red berries? Maybe we can feed them to the bird?
Might come in handy. A painting about a siege dated.
You like berries?
A mina bird.
Well, Waldo, is your master good? I don't really know what I was expecting.
Let's feed the bird again. Oh, we can't.
Sarah Deriche? Waldo, you know Sarah?
Oh.
What? Repeat that, Waldo. Sarah? What about Sarah? Good God, what's been happening here? Well, Waldo, is your master good?
Okay, so...
I don't really know what I was expecting.
Okie doke. The nightmare. Oh god, there's a lot of bloody things to look at here.
No, what have we got here? Oh, it looks like a model. A model of a lock. As if Mortimer is fond of complicating things sometimes.
Accounts. To reduce wood consumption next year. Right to you, please note, part of my private collection. Okay. So that's royal jelly. More than enough royal jelly. What the hell are they? They look.
Let's take a closer look.
They don't look very. Oh, it's chocolate. Okay.
Dark chocolate beans. Very bitter. They're greatly prized in high society.
Can we feed him chocolate?
A mina bird.
Oh!
What have I done? Looks like I've killed him. Oh, shit. I better not hang around.
Oops. Sorry, birdie.
The Nightmare painted by Fuseli in 1781. Ah, this must be what my mother was talking about. Now just need to find out what she meant by go beyond. Hey, looks like it's mounted on rails on each side. It should lift up, I think.
Interesting.
There must be a mechanism somewhere.
Okay, so yeah, it slides up, so it's probably... So what's this, this thing?
No, what have we got here? Oh, it looks like a model of a lock. It's as if Mortimer is fond of complicating things sometimes. Well, I hope I never have to try and unlock it.
Happy days. Open sesame.
Aha! I found it. Oh, what on earth is this? A ring lock now? Great. That's all I needed.
Another puzzle. Yeah, so I guess we got a... Okay. Find the code to of the hidden door. Oops. Where was it? Oh, there. E600. How do we... Oops.
Well, I got it wrong. It doesn't matter.
How are we supposed to know the code?
This painting isn't finished, and it looks like Mortimer probably did it. Not bad, but you can't exactly say it's been done in the style of the period. History of the First Crusades by Pierre Amédée de la Salle. Strange. All the dates are all wrong. They indicate events that took place in the year 5000 and something? Wait, did I miss something?
First Crusade.
The famous call of Pope Urban II. 20 years after the capture of Jerusalem from the Arabs by the Turks, Urban II convened the council. He promises a plenary indulgence to Christians who go and get Jerusalem back from the Turks. The result, the Jewish community on the road to Jerusalem found itself persecuted for no reason. 12,000 Jews would perish, not to mention the massacre of Ma'ara, where acts of cannibalism by Frankish crusaders were reported, or even the capture of Jerusalem, where approximately 30,000 were left dead. It signaled the beginning of centuries of wars of religion.
Okay, Second Crusade.
How Louis VII, King of France, eager to be pardoned for the death of thousands of innocent people in the fire of the Church of Vitry, convinces the Pope to authorize him to lead his own crusade. The result, in Germany, a new outburst of violence against the Jewish community, and a monumental fiasco by poor Louis VII, cuckolded by his wife's uncle. The famous call from Pope Gregory VIII in his Audita Tremendi Bull of 5187. Oh, the crusade where Richard the Lionhearted distinguished himself. It states the first sea blockade of Saint-Jean d'Acre was broken in the 12th month of 5190 AL, whereas the siege had been going on for 2 years.
5189. This is the siege, isn't it? Maybe.
A painting depicting the Third Crusade. It's titled Winter Before the Fall of Saint-Jean d'Acre.
Link it to readings.
I get the impression I've seen that before. In fact, I've read something on the Crusades before in the study. He clearly loves the subject.
What was on this side? Oh, that's that. Don't really think we've looked at this painting yet.
Hey, there are 2 dates on this painting. 1154 AD and 5154 AL.
I wish we had erudition a bit more. 5154? Can we go back? We can't go backwards. kind
I
of
got
guessing.
it wrong. It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. Stuck.
No, what have we got here? Oh, it looks like a model of a lock. As if Mortimer is fond of complicating things sometimes. Well, I hope I never have to try and unlock it.
Got 1 in 1,000 chance. No, 1 in 10,000 chance of getting the code right. So, in fact, even worse than that actually. I don't think that's anything to do with. Well, yeah, I didn't kill the poor bird. I think we've got enough Devil's Fallen. Clearly need to
Dante's Purgatory.
solve the puzzle.
Why does your mind presume to flight when you're still like the imperfect grub, the worm before it's attained its final form? Charming.
Is there anything around here? What are you? You got anything? Nope. What's this?
Which 4-letter word could open this chest?
Four-letter word. Nope. How do I get away from it? Do we need a code for the... We're full of that. Lots of riddles. Lots of riddles, lots of numbers, and one clueless Kinduci. Touch that. I cannot urge you strongly enough to do the same for yours.
No, what have we got here? Well, it looks like a model of a lock. As if Mortimer is fond of complicating things sometimes. Well, I hope I never have to try and unlock it. History of the First Crusades by Pierre Amédée de la Sarde. Strange. All the dates are all wrong. They indicate events that took place in the year 5000 and something? Wait, did I miss something?
What is that? 5096. Try 5147 actually. Notice something. Oh.
Well, I got it wrong. It doesn't matter. This painting isn't finished. And it looks like Mortimer probably did it. Not bad, but we can't exactly say it's been done in the style of the period.
It's what to do? I'm completely kind of stuck at the moment. Can we get out of here? Is that an option? It was kind of locked in before. Nah, don't let us out. So we've got to solve the puzzle. Let me do a quick Google. Be quicker. One 1197, I think. Or is not sure if I'm reading the right code, but slightly cheating. If it works. Oh, there we go.
Open sesame.
Where there's a will. Kinduci. We have
Let's see what you've been hiding, Lord Murderer.
we've found our way in. By hook or by crook. Still not sure how we was ever gonna get that code.
It shows the forces present in Africa. This is unexpected activity in this sector. It looks like there are also many unknowns, even for Mortimer.
Lots of things to Nikolai Novikov, who's he? Got World Elite.
Weakness of the Human Psyche by Guillaume Tremor.
Straight unlocked.
He says, it is possible to drill an idea into someone by constant daily repetition until the mind gives in. And goes on, there are hundreds of good ways to live life, but you only need one to convince the masses that it's the only one possible.
Okay, the gift has been delivered. Which gift are they talking about?
This shows the forces present in America.
I just wish my character had different stats. What's this? Lots of text, much of which means not a lot right now. Oh, hello.
This is my mother's writing. I've picked up her trail. What is she up to? Obviously she wants to lure Mortimer somewhere, but where?
There's a clue.
The clue she's left for Mortimer is this stone sword. It must be intentional. It looks like a decorative sword, like from a statue, for example. And judging by the state of it, I'm I'm guessing it's been left outside for a long time. I have absolutely got to find out where it came from.
Okay. Golden elixir.
It's locked.
Devil's phone. Plans to intervene Belgium. That's where we came in, isn't it? So much to... What's that? Luminous.
Something strange about this table. The Little Surgeon's Perfect Collection.
Interesting. Discovered immunity. What's that box? The hell is that?
Looks like obsidian or onyx. It must weigh a ton.
I seem to not have like the
These are feathers. Pigeon, probably.
The ability to read so many of the clues. Oh, hello, skeleton.
A skeleton by the name of Gustav. If the plaque on the plinth is anything to go by.
Hello,
Gustav. Name to his anatomy skeleton. That's morbid. Oh, his right hand is missing.
Give the man a hand. And that letter's written by Gustav. Possibly the last letter he ever wrote. So much, oh hello. What are these?
Look, a pack of tarot cards. Has he been reading the cards? Mortimer? That would surprise me.
We're uncovering a lot.
Some goat skulls, chicken legs. Now we all know what that's for. I'm a little surprised at Mortimer. I didn't seem as the type to be organizing little pagan parties, invoking occult powers, and dancing naked under the full moon. I'm more used to seeing cheap charms like this sold by charlatans in Pré Saint-Gervais. 3 rusty old nails. They're about 20 centimeters long. Am I seeing things, or is that an actual von Leeuwenhoek microscope? Incredible. Mortimer really is at the cutting edge of science. Even at the Order, it took us ages to get one of those.
Discovering a lot about
the motif representing the alchemical symbol of fire.
Discovering a lot about Mortimer. Seems a bit of a weirdo, quite frankly. What's here? Right, we enter a key with the occult. Okay, we got 1 key. More. I'll Carmelite water.
An iron mask. I wonder who it's for. That must be for writing the homing pigeon messages.
Right.
Preservation using formaldehyde. Just as disgusting as ever.
Where did we need the key?
A chest with a motif representing the alchemical symbol of fire.
Okay, I seem to have got one key.
That must be for writing the home pigeon messages.
What's that? What's that? I'm sure I've already looked at this, but oh, that's the nows, isn't it? Got cards, tarot cards, helmet. Do. Got so much. Let's have a look at my inventory. Well, we've picked out a load of stuff, and I don't think we can. Can that be equipped? Okay. Key with an occult water symbol. Earth symbol, so we've got earth and water keys. Right. Oops. What's on the bookshelf?
Weakness of the Human Psyche by Guillaume Tremor. He says, it is possible to drill an idea into someone by constant daily repetition until the mind gives in. And goes on, there are hundreds of good ways to live life, but you only need one to convince the masses that it's the only one possible. The author isn't letting any ethical principles get in his way, is he? Oh shit. How am I gonna get out of here now?
I have the code. What is it? 9. Is that 9? Or 999? We're talking 9, but there we go.
This looks like the same mechanism as the one on the other side.
Isn't that the bird I just heard?
Whoa. If the grid closes a bit more every time I enter a wrong date, I'd better not mess up again. These cylinders are driving me crazy. I got something wrong with my positioning? This looks like the same mechanism as the one on the other side. Looks like the same as the one on the other side.
That is correct. Oh dear. I wonder if that was supposed to happen.
Wheels are stuck. Shit! I'm cornered like a rat.
There must be a way. it's our friend.
Someone's coming. Please don't let it be Mortimer. Who is it?
Deliberately avoiding me. 4 years ago I was his favorite, but nowadays I have to ask for an audience with his lordship.
Damn it! It's Peru.
Let's keep quiet for now.
Well, that's it. I've had enough of being humiliated.
I'm wasting my time here.
After everything I've done on his behalf, he dares treat me like a lackey? I've bled the Parisian elite for the sake of his whims, and what have I got to show for it? Doesn't even have the courtesy to give me 5 minutes of his time. I wanted to put my mind at ease. Well, that's done. I know what I've got to do now.
I must find my mother. So much for discretion.
Monsieur Peru, it's me, Monsieur Deriche.
What the devil is going on?
I need your help.
Where are you, Deriche?
Behind the painting. Open it, please. I've shut myself in. There's a pedal under Lord Mortimer's desk. Can you see it?
There's no... Hang on. Yes.
Good. Now press it.
Yeah. Done.
You should see something resembling a frame with numbers. Yes? You have to turn them to set the combination.
What was it? 1191.
1191.
Happy days. Freedom.
Well. Poking our nose into Mortimer's little secrets, are we? You do surprise me.
It's not what you're thinking. I'll explain everything.
No, you will not, sir. It has nothing to do with me, and by the way, I never even saw you. So, I'll be on my way now.
Thanks again. I'm indebted to you. I won't forget this.
Yeah. Goodbye.
I tried to be nice.
I've wasted enough time. I better get moving if I want to find my mother.
Find a way out. Well, we kind of failed, but we find the origin of the sword. Ow. Can we get out? Oh. Where's that gone? Ah, there we go. That was a bit of a mare. It was a nightmare. Lived up to its name, I think. But we got through it. Level 6. 4 points to unlock. Quiet. What do we need? We need erudition. We really do. Here we can't. It's not going to help me much. Enough. It's the other ones that we've needed. Erudition's been the main thing that keeps coming up. Conviction. Yeah, I'm just gonna pile it all into this, and hopefully it'll help out another one. The nightmare. Press spacebar, hold. That was a nightmare.
This note is about a meeting with Lord Mortimer. There's no doubt about it. Alright, I need to find out where the sword that came with it's from in order to find Mother.
We're getting there though. We are getting there.
You're joking, I hope. Don't tell me you've done that.
Really? How do you expect me to guess?
Oh, for God's sake, just ask them. We must absolutely inform Sir Gregory. How long has he been trying to collect all the spears?
I must have brought him the first one 20-odd years ago.
Do you know if he has managed to get the original?
Well, in any case, he's got all the ones we had at the Vatican. He made me replace them with copies. But I don't understand your reaction. I'm sure it is nothing serious.
Aha. I can see very well you do not understand. You have done nothing less than sign our death warrants, and still you don't understand.
Someone is listening.
What? Monsieur de Richet, why not join us rather than find yourself eavesdropping?
Well, I didn't want to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Of course you didn't. So, my son, what can we do for you?
I was wondering if you might have seen an object like this here at the manor.
What are you playing at, de Richet?
I'm afraid I can't help you, my son. Ask someone who knows the manor better than I do. One of the servants, for example. One of them is bound to help you.
Thank you for your advice, Your Eminence. I didn't mean to spy on you, but you caught my attention.
What were you talking about?
I was speaking about Sir Gregory, and I wondered what it was about.
That is none of your business, monsieur.
Don't take it the wrong way, Louis, but you shouldn't be eavesdropping.
Please leave us, monsieur. His Eminence and I wish to finish our discussion alone.
In other words, get lost. Right. So they basically told me to go and find a what are they called? Servant. Servant downstairs, I think. If I remember rightly. Oh, there you'll do.
I am sorry, sir, but the conference room is under preparation and is consequently inaccessible to guests.
Could you perhaps help me?
What can I do for you, sir?
Where did this sword come from?
From the garden, sir. That sword belongs to one of the statues in the garden.
Thank you very much.
Don't mention it, sir.
I need to get to the garden. Follow the trail. Can we get to the garden? Happy days.
The sword probably came from this garden, but what could it have been used for?
How's that, Mr. Angry? My hero.
Well, Monsieur de Richet, what brings you here?
I'm still looking for my mother, of course.
You're right, Monsieur. Keep looking. Good luck to you.
Man, a few words. Oh, what happened there? Right, well, I don't want to go indoors, so...
Ariadne. In Greek mythology, she helped Theseus get through the labyrinth. Looks like there's a crack in the region of the heart.
Translate the plaque.
I guide this sword that will kill the monster. Let's see.
Thrust the sword into a crack.
What's going to happen if I've got it wrong?
Not a lot by the sound of it.
Ariadne.
Pull out the sword.
Something else.
Maybe it's not her. Although that does seem possibly where it came from. Battery full. I've never used any of this Carmelite water and the other pickups we get. Talent unlocked, bookworm. Oops. Where are we going? More Carmelite water. Hello.
Icarus.
You haven't got a hole in your chest, so we can't stab you.
Son of Daedalus and Nocrate. Impossible to mistake him with those wings. After flying too close to the sun, they came unstuck and he fell to his death. Pity. I am the innocent one, sacrificed for the sins of the Father. Well, let's keep going.
Kidoke. This place is a bloody maze.
Theseus, son of Aegeus. He's the one who slayed the Minotaur.
Okay, so I'm sure it's supposed to be... Sword's supposed to be... No, it's a crack.
Looks like a crack is
oh, he's got a
on
crack.
his torso. Minos, son of Zeus and Europa. If I remember correctly, he was the king of Crete. Married to Pasiphae, he had many children, including the famous Ariadne, whom history remembers for her thread. Hey, there's a crack in that statue.
Crack in that one as well.
The crack is in the region of the heart.
Okay, let's get my sword back again. Well, there it is. Sorry, sir, can I have my sword back?
Let's try something else instead. Minos. He and his queen, Pasiphae, were the monarchs of Crete.
Observe the
crack is in the region of the heart.
Still no, I don't know what we're expecting, really.
I wonder what this kiosk is doing in the middle of the garden. Too cramped to be able to do much. Well, there must be something going on there. What is that? Looks like a sort of opening mechanism.
Press. Nope. Hey presto. Going down. What the hell? Oh dear.
Again?
Nosebleed.
You can't be serious, Manuel. You know that's not going to happen.
Out of body
You
experience.
must leave me alone now. I have agreed to everything. Even to...
Agreed? I wasn't aware you had a choice.
What's going on here?
What now? What else must I do to win back my freedom?
Obey me. Now get out.
What was that? That's the third time in 3 days.
Strange. I did notice that.
Let's see if you're in there, Mother.
Doesn't look good.
Amber crystals.
Lovely bit of amber.
Bandages? Someone's been patching themselves up. Looks like my mother took advantage of being in hiding to change her bandages, huh? This is silk. She must have used her own clothes.
Again, science, vigilance. Collect a coin. Oh dear. That's one of the servants. I hope the episode's not going to end again with me standing over a dead body again.
Damn it, Mother. Now what's happened?
Doesn't look good. Uh-oh. Wasn't me. It wasn't me. Behind you. Sucks. Look at that. No fail. No fouls. I did not foul at anything for once. That was the maze. Oh, that was the that was the end of episode 2. Episode 2 complete. That happy days. Episode 3 releases next week. On that bombshell though, that is where I'm going to bring this stream to an end. Thanks for sticking about, Ben. Appreciate you there, matey. And yep, I will see you later. Thanks for watching. Catch you soon, guys.